This is actually proof of, like, say, of how careless some people become anyway. Like this heck happened in Minnesota. Somebody trying to actually trying to seek YouTube fame, decides to pull off some type of a stunt involving a firearm. And it pretty much, like, to make it much easier to understand. This person, say had his girlfriend try to shoot at a book, whatever, while he's holding it, which I think is ridiculous. Apparently the stunt went wrong. If you looked on Fox News on their website, you'd see that. It's involving a .50 caliber handgun. Trying to get famous on YouTube. It's like complete. This is like proof of carelessness. And the gun they had was something similar to this. They say .50 caliber, like those, like other websites out there. It was like from some of the other news sources said that the person had one of these .50 caliber Desert Eagles. But this is something that and this is like a this is like and a Desert Eagles is not a gun for amateurs. Like the .50 caliber version, that's extremely powerful. Sure, they offer various versions: stainless, blue steel. Even Cabela's calls it one of the world's most powerful semi-automatic handguns, but this is not something for amateurs. Especially an inexperienced person. Probably that could be, well, they could be asking for trouble. Even with the suggested retail prices just from the manufacturer's website. That's not cheap, and I ain't cheap either. Even with that muzzle brake. Like very powerful handgun. It's not cheap. Especially ammunition. Like ammunition for in .50 action in that caliber. Ain't cheap either. And what the .50 action expresses what the caliber was, what a .50 caliber Desert Eagle be chambered is in this caliber. .50 action express. Very large and very powerful handgun cartridge. But it compares to standard .32. That's probably scaled up anyway. And you cheaply look at the velocities. This is like from say Ballistic Performance, found on from Wikipedia. Sorry, that's probably very effective for that's probably very effective for that might be very effective for deer. or very close for, say, close quarter defense against, say, some dangerous animals. Or be good for, say, deer hunting at short range. But that's not something that just anybody can use. Experienced people could be asking for trouble. like they could be knocked backwards from the recoil. Trust me, it's not it's not something that amateurs should be using. And this person thought, say, shoot around into a book he was holding. Think it would stop the bullet. That's apparently stupid. These people don't know anything about ballistic calibers. And in comments, these people are thinking, what the? Comments are stupid. This person here, practically. This person here knows about firearms. And it's like they always say, like, no, it's beyond your target. When it comes to, like, rules for firearms. When it comes to, like, rules for the safe use of firearms. Yeah, these people are thinking, oh, what's such illiterate comments. These people are totally... Yeah, they're totally... People actually don't know much about even when it comes to, like, firearm safety. One, holding a book trying to see if it stops a bullet, that's like fucking stupid. That's extremely stupid. That's complete carelessness. And I know this person that pulled the trigger, her ass is gonna say, figure in the event that she's convicted, she's gonna end up probably spending time in prison. And I know she's gonna end up being labeled a convicted felon the rest of her fucking life. What she wanted 2 kids, say growing up, say, 1, growing up without a father, that's A, but B, but also by knowing that their mother actually ended up being caught in a ended up being incarcerated for something. And yeah, and this kids are growing up, and the kid that she has now and the one that's on the way, they're gonna be growing up without a father. Because he was the victim. And even anything that anybody should learn is when it comes to, like, when it comes to, like, internet fame, the goddamn problem is it actually worth? It's carelessness. It's trying to be careless, or not give. Is a disregard for safety even worth it? Because people out there try to get goddamn fame somewhere, and ends up I've seen fucking footage of, say, carelessness involving guns. Take my advice. When it comes to firearms, oh, they're definitely, like, firearms. Oh, the only way that firearms would actually be dangerous is if, one, firearms are used improperly. Yeah, that would be bad taste in a background. There. What I'm saying is that firearms will only be considered dangerous if, one, they're not properly used, that's A, or B, they're in the wrong hands. And there's like tons of people out there own guns and know how to use them. And trying to see if a book stops a bullet. That's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to be doing such stunts on video. There's always a reason why when the sons of bitches from Jackass did all the stunts, they always try to say, "Do not try us at home." These people would probably, like their stupid, like her stupid, like their stupidity, their stupid idea there for a firearm stunt. Probably put the people from Jackass to shame, which is stupid. I don't condone acts of violence against anybody. Figures she's gonna end up in fucking jail, whatever, for even though she's facing manslaughter charges, like say killing somebody. Even manslaughter it's gonna probably end up somebody doing hard time. But she'll be effectively doing hard time when even if the prison sentence gets out. Say she ends up say she gets convicted, goes to prison. And knowing that she's gonna end up losing a lot of fucking money in legal defense costs, if any. It's gonna be she's gonna be fucking paying for it dearly. This person. The victim's girlfriend. They say reckless discharge of a firearm. Like they try to save the person. If I could say say life-saving efforts were made, even they had the person out on a medical helicopter, or they had a medical helicopter coming, but it was to no fucking avail, unfortunately. A stunt gone wrong. I tell you, if you're looking for goddamn fame, if you're looking for goddamn fame, I'll tell you this for a fact. It's not worth risking personal injury for the price of fame. When you do something, you need to know what the fucking trade-offs are. When it comes to firearms, safety is an important concern. Use them safely. And also being responsible. Responsible ownership of a firearm is important. And even that is something that you'll never see me do. If somebody tries to tell me to pull off such a trying to say, if somebody's holding a book and they want to see if it stops a fucking bullet. Well, one, I'm not. If they insist on holding it, if they say that happened, somebody fucking pulls up a goddamn book, whatever, holds up a fucking book, and insists on holding it while I try to see if it stops a bullet. Or if they want to see if it stops a bullet or holding it, I would probably just tell that son of a bitch that he or she's probably fucked in the head. Really, extremely fucked in the head for thinking like that. Because that's how people get killed. So you and them both end up making a mistake. And this act of stupidity, now you give somebody an unfortunate one-way ticket to the cemetery. But now his family's gonna be going through so much heartbreak. They got a goddamn family out there that's probably grieving and upset, and all that. The girlfriend's gonna end up saying it's gonna be costing you years of her life, the years of her life that she'll be spending in prison in the event that she's convicted. But not only that, she probably gonna melt the dick in this world. Because she'll probably end up spending the rest of her fucking life knowing that she ended up that her actions got somebody killed. So she'll be probably living with that the rest of her fucking life. And the reason why I said she ain't gonna probably mount to anything. Why she ain't gonna probably mount to anything. It's probably because the reason why she ain't gonna probably mount to anything. Well, not to anything much. It's probably because they figure she ends up doing hard time in prison, pay a couple years, and not be a felony. So in the eyes of the law, she'd be a convicted felon if in the event she's found guilty. And should anybody wish that upon anybody? Fuck no. Like they always say, They always say when it comes to firearms, such accidents. They always say when it comes to like firearms, proper education is important for the reasonable use of firearms. And there's people out there that teach the reasonable use of firearms. People out there that instruct law-abiding individuals on how to properly use a gun, not to say shooting it, but also the safe usage of a firearm, the safe way to handle a firearm, so that because improper use of firearms is exactly what it can also be a cause of accidents. But even though the rate of firearm accidents are low, because all the people out there own guns, they know how to use them. Because many people out there know how to use them safely. But also know exactly what carelessness can result in. That could be with any device, like carelessness. That's all. Like they always say, an improper use of a firearm can result in serious injury or death. And this supposed stunt's gone wrong in his search for internet fame. That's actually a stunt that cost somebody his life, and is leaving family heartbroken. Now his entire family's heartbroken, but his two kids are gonna probably be growing up without a father. And one of the sources out there said that their 3-year-old daughter witnessed it. Now, if that's a goddamn case, that'd be much worse for her. Because I do not condone this ever happening. I did not wish for this to happen to anybody. I don't condone this happening to anybody. Because now that kid's gonna probably end up having psychological issues the rest of her life. Especially when he witnessed a loved one get killed in such an accident. Like say witness a parent suffering that. Say witness that happening to a parent. That makes it worse for them. Tell you what, what people do in this fucking world. Some people do in this fucking world. That's just an example of what carelessness can lead in. If you want to seek internet fame, take my fucking advice. Don't do anything that risks safety. Be reasonable. Better yet, get a goddamn. Better yet, why don't you just go get a fucking. Some people should just get a fucking college education. I know. Do something. There's better shit people could be doing than trying to sit than say pulling off stunts on video and to search for internet fame. There's better shit out there, like getting educated. That's pretty much all I got. That's pretty much what I have to say. They always say when it comes to firearms, there's two words those 2 words that people should know. One, those 2 words, safety first. And there's always a reasonable. And there's always rules for firearm ownership. Well, actually, what I should say is rules that people should follow for the reasonable use of firearms. And these people in Minnesota did not even they did not follow that rule. They probably did not follow any of those rules. Complete carelessness. Carelessness gets you nowhere. Especially being careless with a firearm. You'd be asking for trouble. And if the broad that pulled the trigger does not get sued, That could happen. She could probably get. She could be us asking for goddamn legal. She could probably be facing goddamn wrongful death losses for all we fucking know. Like, their actions were not a way to get famous. But their actions wasn't. They always say safety is a major. They always say, like, safety should be done. Safety should always be considered. They always say safety is important. Safety first. Be reasonable. And when it comes to using a firearm, proper education is important. And proper education will result in reasonable usage. And there's many types of places out, and there's people out there who'll teach everybody. They'll teach people how to do it the right way. They'll teach safe, responsible usage. Responsible usage is also important. And like what happened at stunt that went wrong, that's the people that pulled off the stunt. They're the ones responsible. They're the ones that made a mistake. They're the ones that screwed. They're the ones that fucked up. They're the ones that are responsible. When it comes like who's responsible for the stupidity, it's the sons of fucking bitches that causes stupidity. They're the ones fucking responsible.